Hi, thanks for joining me on Waters of the Monty. I'm back at the Upper Truckee River. I had only really fished here one time before. That was a few weeks ago for Patreon. And I fished two sections of Marathon Day. And I pulled off at the second crossing of the 50 as you're heading west. And I'm going to just hike way out into the meadows out here and fish this river. Last time I was here was really frustrating. This is the section where I hooked several real nice fish and they all got off, man. I got a few browns in the net, but none of the good sized fish that I hooked I was able to land. They all shook my barbless jig. So I'm fishing barbless marabou jigs. I'm gonna hike up into the meadow and start a ways down. I kind of have in my mind where I want to pick up. I got really frustrated last time. I knew right where I was going today, so let's go try to get something good in the net. I'm already all slathered up with 50 sunscreen and 100% DEET. And although my liver doesn't like it, the bugs aren't gonna bite me and I'm not gonna get roasted in the heat today and get sunburnt. And I quit drinking over a decade ago, so I don't even want to hear it from my liver. My liver's had it easy. Step up your game, liver. All right, the flow's down a fair amount since the last time I was here. And I saw some big fish, but I was having to pull everything out of cover. And here's the official word. Lake Tahoe Tributaries, Saturday preceding Memorial Day until September 30th, no bait allowed. Artificial lures with barbless hooks, 0 trout limit. And I like it when they put signs up like that because it leaves nothing to question. Especially if it's people that are new to fishing and they just come out here and at least they can see that sign and know what's going on. If I recall, there's some decent stuff along the way, but I want to get out to where it's open and I have these couple of choice spots picked out of my head. So last time I was here, I was getting a lot of action by pitching my jig close to structure like this and getting the big trout to follow it out. I don't even know if there's enough flow for that today. Ooh, oh, one hit it. Oh, that was a nice fish right there. Ooh, man, I pulled it right away from him. I pulled it right away. Undercut bank pattern seems to be alive and well. I just need to be ready. When they come out bolting, I got to be ready to set the hook. That was my big problem last time. I'm not looking for problems like that this time. Looking for fish in the net. Oh, he's looking at it. He's looking at it. Oh, that is a nice fish, man. Oh, he was checking it out. See if he comes again. God, he came out, he just wouldn't take it. That's what I was getting last time too. They'll come out and they'll look at it. They could get it so easy, but they just won't go the distance. Pretty good fish to come out of the cover. That's why I'm sticking with these jigs, man. Trying to get these fish to come out of the cover. And I got that one back in there. Where's my net? My net's over here. But he's in the net. That's a good fish, good brown. The flow's down, so I really want to let these fish get cranked up and, whoa, there he goes. Look at him going crazy in the net. See, that's a good sign. That's what I look for. I'm still gonna let him rest a little bit. I want to make sure, 100% sure he's strong to go. I'll hold him up really quick and I'm gonna put him back in. I'm gonna let him rest here for a minute until he's really thrashing. He's rested. It's a good brown. He's not the biggest fish I've seen today or in this river, but that's a good Upper Truckee River brown right there. It's a good fish. Get him in. Whew. Oh, I'm so far above the water. It's it's good that I have this long net and I can really reach in there. I can let him sit in the net and get powered back up before I let him go. And that way I can be ensured of a healthy release. When I throw it in a good looking spot and I see small fish are trying to hit my jig, I pull it away. Because I don't want to, if there's a big fish in there, I don't want the little fish to run out and ruin the day for me. It's like the things are out to get me or something. See, the tricky thing is, this didn't look like much, and I got too close and I saw big trout swim around and hide. Once they do that, they're not gonna come back out. So I gotta start doing a little bit more blind casting because I can't get close enough to see what's going on down there. Crap, I'm in a really good spot and I got this little guy and I saw a big one come out and try to get it. That was not ideal. Man, I just had a good one come out from under that stump and grab my jig, and I just didn't set the hook. I just didn't set the hook. Oh, a nice brown. He's got me in the sticks though. He's got me in these roots bad. Oh man, he's got me in the roots bad. I gotta get him under this branch if I'm gonna have a chance. Get out of there. Get out of there, dude. Get out of there. Get me out of there. All right, I might be able to get him. Oh, he got it. He's off. He's off. He's off. Get out of there. No, I gotta get him out. I can't get him out of these trunks. Get out of these trunks. These trunks aren't even like roots. They're even more unforgiving. There he is. There he is. Oh, got him. Man, these roots are tough. But it's a productive pattern, and I fished out here before. I had a really hard time, and I really slowed down my retrieve, and I'm being a lot more effective than the last time. Sometimes it takes a few times to really figure things out. I caught fish, but not consistently fish like this. And this isn't the biggest fish I've seen. All right, so he's been sitting in the net for a while. He's thrashing around. He's trying to swim through the net. That's what I'm looking for. And there's no doubt he's gonna be healthy going back in. I'm gonna hold him up and then I'm just gonna drop him in with my net. And hopefully he just swims out. But I'm gonna show him to you first. There it is. It's a nice brown. Good sized fish. Not gonna break any records, but, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and put him back in, and then he should just swim right out of here. There he goes. Right back under the tree trunks. Man, when that last fish swam back under the bank and got into those big, thick wooden tree roots and got me wrapped up around that one, I thought I was done. Done. Finished. Kaput. But fortunately, the fish did me a favor and swam back around and untangled me. With a barbless jig, this thing falls out the second there's no tension. So you gotta, whatever you're gonna do, you gotta do it fast. That's all I gotta say. One of the challenges when you're fishing out in this situation like this is staying focused, because you're gonna go a while without seeing anything good. You'll see a lot of small trout biting and you're like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the bigger fish will just come showing up. They'll come darting out. And if you're not ready, you're gonna miss the strike. And I say that because it's already happened to me a couple times today. I had fish swim right out, and then I just couldn't close the deal. They grabbed my jig, they were like chewing on it, and I just didn't make it look sense. So I'm trying to focus myself right now so that when I do run into something, I can set solidly into that thing. There we go. That's comfort and luxury right there. There's a coyote right there, straight ahead. He's looking at me. He just crossed the river. He's shaking the water off of him. He's right straight ahead in that grass. There he goes. He's a little guy. Spoiled the spot, man. Just fall off. He fell off. I shook him off. Far since I passed The good stretches up there were really good, but now that I'm down here, the river seems to be getting a little narrower, and I'm not getting those killer undercut banks. But I'm gonna go a little bit farther because I've made it this far. I might as well see what the river has to offer, so let's keep going. So even when you're coming up on stuff like this, it doesn't look like much. But when there's not a lot of cover, a lot of times you just gotta make a cast anyway, because there could be a big fish sitting right under this shade. It'll shoot right out and nail your jig, your fly, whatever you're throwing. Because if you wait till you get over and you can see that it is good, once you can see that it's good, you've already waited too long, and whatever was there is probably just gonna swim away. So you want to get it while it's good. Since I've come down here though, I'm just not seeing the cover. There's not the deeper spots have no cover at all in them. All right, I think it's time to have a sandwich and some water and turn tail and head back upstream. If you're gonna come out here and fly fish, grasshoppers are a good bet. I mean, there are just, these flying grasshoppers are everywhere. God, look at all these private jets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that I can see just without even really looking. There's one right there. And what I love best about a lot of the people that would be flying in these jets, a lot of these are the kind of people that are like, we got to get everybody out of their cars because of climate change. And then they look at their watch. Where's my private jet? All right, got a nice brown. Oh, he got off. That was a good fish, man. I just vertical jigged my jig in there and he got it. He got off though. Darn it. That was a good brown. That was probably the brown of the day. Oh, there's a little brown. God, I had one that was easily 18 to 20 inches come out of one of these logs, man. Ugh. Make sure he's thrashing before I let him go. Look at him go. He's ready to go. Look at that guy go. Look at that. That's a good, strong fish. Get my hand wet. There's a nice little brown. Just gonna throw him back in here. Just easier with this long net. Just get him back in. He won't get out of the net though, that's the problem. Get out of the net, dude. Whoa, he's like there's a hole in my net. How did he get out of there? Huh. Right here, he got out right there. I gotta do some net mending. Net's getting torn up. Nice brown, but he got me into this tree. He's into the trees in here. Oh, I can see him. He's right there. I don't know if I can get him in the net. Oh, he got off. Oh, that was a big fish, man. That was like a 16-incher, 17-incher. He came out from under there and got it. He swam right back under there. So it doesn't get much trickier than this. It doesn't look like much. It's kind of shallow, but there's that cover right there. And there's branches hanging over. So I had to do a low toss under the branches, get it down, and then I swam it right along the front of that, and he came right out and grabbed it. He just came out like lightning. But when he came out and grabbed it, he swam straight back into those branches. And I had him out for a second. I had him for a second, and I lost him. You know, you lose a lot of fish when you're fishing like this. This is real tough fishing, man. Here we go. This is the challenge, is getting these fish to come out of this cover. I got a YouTube channel. So, you know, these bigger browns are gonna be in this cover. I just pitch tossed it right up to that log and they came out and grabbed it. It's the middle of the day. It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and these fish, they'll come out. The problem is a lot of times they'll swim you right back in there if they're really big. And I've already had that happen twice today. I'm gonna let this guy sit there, rest in the net, make sure he's okay. Water's still pretty chilly, but as it gets warmer, you just really want to let these fish recuperate. All right, there we go. Let's take a look at this brown. It's a nice brown. It's not huge, but it's a good fish. Got him to come out from under there. There's not many of these bigger fish that are coming out and hanging out in the open. They're in this cover, and you gotta get close. But basically, this is all I did. I just walked right up. It's the middle of the day, and you just gotta get it close. So I got it close to the woods. Oops, I got it a little too close that time. I'm just pitching it a little bit in there. I pitch it right into the woods. I let it sink down to the bottom, and I try to keep it right by there as long as possible. And one tried to come out and get it right there. There we go. Get it down there, bounce it along the bottom. They're not gonna come out. He's not coming out. But that's how I got that. That's how I got that fish. And this is tough fishing. I have already lost 2 big fish that swam me right back into the woods. That's gonna wrap it up. It's into the afternoon. I've been done. Been fishing for a while. And this is tough fishing, man. You gotta get them out of that structure. None of the bigger fish were like out in the open. You gotta get them out of the structure. I lost 2 big browns today. One of them was like 18 to 20 inches. He came out from under this tree trunk, grabbed my jig and swam straight back under there. And then that was one of the 2 jigs I lost today. I was just, after he shook my jig, I was just snagged in the tree trunk. And that's the second time. And then you saw me lose it on that other one. I pulled him out, and that was it all day. It's very tough because they come out like lightning. You'll swim your jig along the bottom, and they'll come out and just boom, and they'll put it in their mouth and spit it out before you even have a chance to react. So you got to be on top of things. But that was fun. The second trip on the Upper Truckee was better than the first trip I did for Patreon. And the third trip I do at the Upper Truckee, it closes September 30th. I might fish it one more time for Patreon in September. The third time I expect to get something big in the net. Almost got the big one in the net today. But I got some quality fish in the net today. And that was a lot of fun. And it was cool fishing out where those jets are. And all those private jets coming in and out. So I hope you enjoyed this day fishing on the Upper Truckee. I'm hiking into Desolation Wilderness tomorrow to fish for Patreon and maybe some YouTube. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. Until next time.